Good morning, my friends, and welcome to the Breakfast Club. Here we are, the 17th of January, 2024, my last day here in LA. Woke up just a mere 7 minutes ago, and we're going to be looking at the NASDAQ. Let me get on different charts here. We're on a different account. There we go. I hope you all had a good week so far. Yesterday was a good day. For us, we had a couple of good trades. This morning looks like we're getting another big tick down into that daily fair value gap on the NASDAQ. Looks like we just opened up the day and right from the midpoint of the consequent encroachment of that 4-hour fair value gap, and we just traded straight down into the consequent encroachment of the daily fair value gap below, and we're just running through that now. So now where are we headed? You see there's a little oh, there's nothing there. Stand by. So we're basically inside this daily fair value gap right near the consequent encroachment right now. And as usual, let me get online and on my iPad here, make sure everybody's we're up and running again. And sorry, we're not used to having all this. There we go, we're live here, I think. Got it. All right. Hey, Cody. Good morning, my friend. Now it switches to 1080p automatically, nicely. Good. All right. So good morning, Cody. Good to see you here. Oh, got a couple other people already. That's awesome. So what are we looking at here? Let's kind of go through the NASDAQ. So we're just not much really to say other than we're stuck inside this guy right now. And we've had these multiple probes all the way down, and we haven't been able to get through this fair value gap. And we still have that upside that still hasn't been hit. Yesterday we hit right on the edge of it once again. We hit all four of those 4 hour, 1 hour, and right may have been hit right at the edge of the next daily fair value gap too. Nope, didn't quite hit it. So we've got some if you look at, we've had this descending order of high, threshold, low. Huh. Interesting. Okay. This could be a big run down now. I'm thinking we have not taken out. We just did take out the high here of this daily fair value gap with a body digging down. You know, I'd be guessing, giving you anything straightforward on that one, other than the fact we're still inside this fair value gap. We could still continue to work the bottom half. There's still a little tiny portion down there that hasn't been worked a second time. It's definitely come through. Got lots of wicks coming through here. So if we come back up into this area right here, at 16,870 and reject off of that and continue down. That's the only idea I can think about or see in there for now. Let's go over to Kurt. Good morning. So E-mini S&P, we still have this little pocket down here on the daily. Getting better at this trackpad with 2 fingers here. Fair value up there. Then we have rejection block down here. We also have an inversion. Nope, there's not an inversion on that side. Stand by. Well, it has been filled. Yeah, I guess that would be. That'd be an inversion on that side. Did it get all the way down to the bottom? It did. Yeah. So in S&P, this one is the only one that seems to have some sort of visual resistance that we can see right now. So if it comes down and hits this and we see some support off of that, watch the order blocks open here. And the mean threshold, those are the, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different areas to kind of jot down your piece of paper on the sidelines. Note those levels, and if you lose this level, that 47.41, look for a rundown for the lows. Well, you'd have to look for the rejection block and 50% of the wick. If we close below 50% of the wick, look for this fair value gap down here. Let's look at the Dixie. What's the Dixie up to today? We wanted it to go down yesterday, didn't we? And we did not get that. Therefore, a continuation to this upside here. Finish that. Fair value gap off. We're inside here. Look for the last up close candle right here. So up around 88% here. There's that little imbalance sitting up here still. I think we did mention that yesterday. So look for this imbalance and that candle's low. So we continue to push up. That's more downward pressure on the foreign currencies. So look for downside objectives that support, especially if you got a downside price imbalance going on there. Look at GBP. So they've got the fair value gap here. Let's go to the daily. Okay, so they did run the lows finally yesterday. We did get a run up into the fair value. Well, it actually did ran up to where we suspected yesterday. Oh no, this is yesterday's down close. That was it. Oh. I can't remember what we talked about yesterday for GBP. Yeah, we're probably looking for this to provide some support. Because if we're expecting the American dollar to go down, we expected that to go up. So it probably was looking for this to provide some level of support on the daily inversion here. And It didn't. We went all the way through it, then came back up into it today. So if we are looking for more downward pressure on the British pound, now that we've run this low out and we've come all the way back into this breaker, hit the edge of the breaker and we've reacted off of that. So I'm suspecting that we've got more downward pressure on British pound. We finally hit that objective we were looking for a long time ago, back in December 14th. After that, we were looking for a return to here. We finally hit it now. So if this order block, if we get back to the wick, we're back to the body now. So we're between the wick and the body, so 50%. Mean threshold of this down close candle. And then we have rejection block. So those are the next two PD rays, is the high and the mean threshold from a very basic perspective. You guys might find more. But I'm only concerned about 3 of them right now. Let's look at okay, so this guy has already come down to the lowest body candle right here. Well, actually it's this one here. But before this run up, we have that guy right in the mean threshold. So if we do get more downward pressure, oh, we got Euro versus GBP. It's stronger, it's weaker against the British pound. We're in a consolidation. Let's look at Euro GBP. Sorry. Okay, still working inside that daily fair value gap on the euro. And we're looking for, we've come off the midpoint, which is the consequent encroachment of the BISI. We're getting a reaction off of that. Now this is one of those where if we get a body, which we do, this closes today down and then traces back up to this low, or just inside that fair value gap there, to go short. Look for it runs below here. And the finishing of this fair value gap right there. So we're looking for the next couple of days a potential setup. So if we finish today, Thursday reversal, Friday continuation on the downside. That's the kind of idea I'm looking at there for euro. See what that happens. So if we get all the way down to the bottom of this candle today, and we close, we need to close a body below that, somewhere inside here. So expect to see a run into that daily fair value gap today. I think euro would be the better play than the pound. And Furba, I know he's probably gone right now. He's heading out for his 2 weeks, doing his geological stuff. Cody, EU has a nice buy side that I'm aiming for. Oh, you're looking for buy side? Hang on a second, I'm getting a runny nose over here today. I gotta be relatively quiet here. So you're going for buy side on this one? Oh, this is gold. You're going for buy side, Cody, on the 1 hour. Okay. Stand by, I'll get there in a sec. So looking at gold, if we see a run below here at, if we see a run below this low at 9 o'clock for the open, and then a pull back into this range, and we break this high, for 10, if we get a continuation on the downside for, well, no, that would be the upside for $1, so we might get more down. So it depends if we blow this low out with a body in the next hour, next half hour. If we get a body below here and it closes, look to trade back into this breaker. Well, it's not a breaker, it'd be the parent breaker of that big run up all the way up there. Okay. We'll move. Right now we're inside this fair value gap in gold. Let's go back to Euro real quick. Cody, you're looking for a reversal on the hourly. Let's get this out of the way. Well, you got a big fair value gap down here still. And you're looking for a buy here, Cody? Did not go over the 188 or 188.9. You don't want to get above that, but you want to take the hour. You're a brave man. You're a brave man in that consolidation. So right now we've got to return to this order block right here. See that? We're onto the tail end on the bottom of it. Make this a little bit bigger for you. So we've got to return into that order block. We validated it here, and we've traded back into it here, and now we're pulling away. So really all you've got left, because we've eaten through this order block multiple times, so it's got more downside draw for me than upside. We are either going to go to 50% of this wick. Look at this wick now being chopped into quarters. Say 25%. Or 25% of that wick. Then we got 50% going intact. So look for this 50%. If we lose 50% of that wick, look for further downside. The only other upside PD raise left for me is body, like the open and the mean threshold of that order block. And then you obviously have the upside, but you haven't really worked the upside yet. So we have worked the downside. There may be some validity to you there, Cody. You're in a consolidation, so you are in a discount range. So if you were going to buy that long, I'd start scaling up inside this guy here. I don't know if I'd run for the highs or not, but they are relatively equal. If you run back to the mean threshold of this candle, which it's been worked multiple times. I don't know why it goes here, but if you can reach for 188, if you can reach for the mean threshold, at least the bottom of that inversion fair value gap above you. We've come back, see how we've tagged along the top of it? Our bodies are respecting that level of that 4 hour, I think it's a 4 hour inversion. We've come through it and we've tagged it multiple times with bodies, and now we can hit it one more time with a wick. Yeah, I see more downside, Cody, so what's your narrative? Give me your narrative on that one. Oh, you're looking at this taking out those equal highs. Yeah. See where it plays off in the next couple of minutes, because we might be look for where whatever high is created between 9 and 10, or low, and look for that low to get taken out. So if we come back to here and we're looking for a drive down, because don't forget we're heavier, I think. If we've dug into this guy here already, there's an inversion over on this side. I like that imbalance right there first in that order block. Upside. See, there's nothing in here for me to, other than, oh yeah, okay, that imbalance right there. Cut through the candles. You'll see this imbalance right here, and we've hit the top of that imbalance already. Again. Yeah, now I'm seeing this guy here. We'll wait and see what happens there on the, let's look at the hourly here. Yeah, it's continually supporting up prices here off that order block. Mean threshold is being maintained here. $103 to 103.45. $3 to 145, 345. So, yep, that upside objective right there is still in play for me. I'm bearish 100%, just trying to take. Oh, you're trying to get a. I get you. You're just trying to grab a little bit of a reversal. Got it, got it. So I think the play for me today might be inside here. That little pocket down there on the hourly. this guy down here. Let's clone that baby. Move her down here. Okay. Robert, good morning. How are you today? Yeah. The sick sister. See that? Let's get up and see the chart. Euro. A lot of consolidation. GBP. A lot cleaner. GBPs looks like your cleaner one for your. This is all just playing around in here. You'd be better off playing in here somewhere. Getting back to this order block breaker right here. See if this fair value gap holds. As soon as you get back to here, so look for that little piece drawn out here. The whole price. Put that as the breaker. Expect it to hold price here. Run for these equal highs and this inversion up top here. Or at least back into this order block. If you're looking at a run back fair value gap, that order block here, we did take out a swing point. So we're really between these two right now. So that whole 1 hour fair value gap sitting in here. See how we're getting a reaction off of it? You want to see that next 36 minutes. Hold off of here and then start to reverse. That means the American dollar would get weaker. So if the dollar runs up to its objective and hits here, that would drive British pound down into this fair value gap here. So if it pushes us all the way into the mean or consequent encroachment of that fair value gap, that's really the line in the sand for a stronger bullishness. We have broken market structure slightly to the upside. I'd like to see for me, I like to see these breaks in market structure with, like, for example, here, with a fair value gap. I like to see the fair value gap above this level with a body. I know there's picky stuff going on there, but I'm more bearish or more bullish when I see a nice impulse leg that breaks the high, creating a fair value gap above the high that we can enter into back to just tag the um, breaker, and then the run up to take out the next high. So basically that's what we saw here. It didn't quite come back and tag the high here though, but we are inside that fair value gap, maintains the opening, and we push for the next high, inside a logical level of potential resistance, retracement. Now I want to see this continue back up and through. I'd even put a buy in there just for that's a level I'm definitely interested in. So I will put my stop loss down here if I'm wrong. Zero stop loss? What the heck is that? Take profit. I won't make any money on that. I don't care what's going on now. Am I not online? It says it's workable. Oh well. That's a paper trade then. Or if it's just trading so small that I'm going to make 1 penny at the end of it. Let me turn that into a long. Ah yes, we have a fair value gap sitting right there. Good call, Cody. It's coming right down to the bottom of the fair value gap daily inversion, and it is also the fill of that 4-hour fair value gap. Put that right there. 4-hour and the daily inversion kind of overlap here. And we have that last little piece to finish off. Good call, Cody. Or Kurt. One is nothing. Okay, that's probably why it didn't do a... I'm going to make a full solid American penny out of that. What I can pay for my... I'm risking nothing to make nothing, or to risking nothing to make a penny. I tell you, if I do that 1,000,000 times, you guys, if I just keep doing that all year, I'll be banking coffees like you wouldn't believe. That's fine. You get the idea about the trade anyway. It's saying, are you kidding me? One, so you need I'm thinking of one lot, one standard lot. That would be, well, it'd be 60 pips. That'd be huge. Or at least up to here would be 70 from, that'd be 30 pips anyway. Morning, Derek. How you doing, buddy? Well, we had a great day out here in LA yesterday. We went down to Santa Monica Pier, Went down to the beach there. That'd be a great trivial pursuit or trivial question. At what landmark does Route 66, the infamous Route 66, terminate? It's at the Santa Monica Pier. Didn't know that. Good morning, Lee. So those of you who just joined, we're looking at making some big bucks here in the British pound. We have a slight break in market structure with a fair value gap, breaker inside of a fair value gap. You return to the breaker, and we're looking to get long there, and we are risking nothing. But we're going to make a whole penny if it gets up here. Barely a 0.1 is not, or no, 1 is not a significant amount of money to risk. I think I was thinking one lot, and it's not even a penny. I don't even know you can even put a trade in there. They could even let you put a trade in that small. Usually it's like with MT5 it's 0.1, 0.01, like 10 cents is the minimum you can put in on a trade. This would be like one lot that I'm used to trading in Forex, but I guess on TradingView it's different. You have to put in some bigger numbers. Let's get back to NASDAQ. So here we are, we're dipping into that last piece of the 4-hour and that last piece of the daily. And we're going up for the last 15 minutes of the morning. So now we're running out this low or filling a potentially logical level here. I don't want to lose this. I don't want to close below this at 10 o'clock. Let me put it that way. I want to see a reaction off this low here now at 10. That low is taken out. Okay. How we react off of this now? This level will tell us some things. And we might be just getting back to mitigation. Look for 16,771. Get a good dig up all the way back up into 16,804. Nope, we're digging down past that now. We'll see where this wick ends up. Closing. Does that close just above that weekly, or sorry, the 4-hour and the daily fair value gap? So looks like we've got other intentions of we lose this mean threshold. Yeah, keep your eye on that mean threshold there. I'm concerned that this early morning drop in Nasdaq may be hint that as the morning moves along, we may be hitting higher inside the range of the early morning. Dow's moved up at the open and is no higher to go further. I thought this was going to be a huge down day. Nasdaq already down over 1%, but I'm not sure right now. Be all good with 2% drop today for sure. Needs to move down and take out the previous low. Yeah, I got that one here, Cody. This inversion. We also have this guy right here. We're inside that guy here now. And this inversion one. Yeah, we're digging through some big inversion now. Over here, this 4-hour inversion. We're trading a body through that. So if we do come back into that range, keep your eye on this inversion here for potentially further downside. I want to see this trade back through it, on top of it, find some support to go long still. Right now it's definitely more bearish. The potential is that this closes below this threshold, creates a fair value gap that we trade up into here, this low, inside the mean threshold of this inversion, and then we get further downside. So yeah, Derek, I think your first thoughts about deeper prices is warranted there. Keep your eye on that level right there. We have multiple inversions. This one here is self-forming. That one there, that one there. This one, this fair value gap hasn't finished. This inversion on this side. And the fact that we're digging through 3 PD rays in one candle doesn't give me much hope that we're going to get a run back up above these highs anytime soon. Breaker. We'll see what the mean threshold of this candle holds. 7 more minutes to go. Start moving down into 15 minute. See, that's the 15-minute candle. Wick does the damage. Where do we close on that? Again, Derek, you might have a nice little pullback into that range here again. That mean threshold holds on that breaker. I'd like to see that close right on that open, tag the wick, and then continue back up again from there at 10 o'clock. December 20th, he says. Are you looking at it from the is it about the daily one? Robert? That's the 4th. %, puts you, or 50% puts us right here. We're on top of that 4-hour fair value gap inversion. And 62% puts us down here in the middle of the consequent encroachment of the daily fair value gap, or daily inversion, this guy here. That fair value gap sitting right there. It's a new daily one. This could be another one of those big wick days. Pull back into the range. You see it's on the daily, the 20th of January, or December, I should say. Yeah, if we trade below this, come back up into it. Different bunch of different scenarios, so I'm not sure which way I'd want to go right now. Have you got your 10 o'clock direction? So I'd like to see 10 and then get a silver bullet back into that range. Now I'm just going to wait on time. We'll see if we're right or wrong. This time we're going to go a little bit, make sure I got my settings. No instant trading. Okay. Well, as they say in MMA, here we go. 10 o'clock open. I like to see a little false run down. News release. Now, if this one forms your silver bullet at 10:02. I'll see a low form here too. Make our high instead. I want to see that really blow up through here now. This is where I want the silver bullet to form in here. If we're going to go back up here. too small. Validated this candle. That's a 2. Look for 5 to 7 candle swing next. Good. I'll take this one as the silver bullet entry. That's what we wanted. And we're going to go 2 lots this time. Going along just for shits and giggles. The SMT. I'm just using time. I'm just trading off of time right now. There's no other logic to this other than just trading a time idea. I haven't broken any highs. I've got an order block. We validated it, came back inside here. We've eaten through the threshold, so as soon as we get back into this guy here, I'm going to go along on that. That'll be a silver bullet for me. I don't really break any structure to the upside yet. Didn't quite get it. It's good. I want to see this come back into here. Go Derek's idea. That retracement back in after 10. We've taken out a low that occurred. Right? Which we got the low on the hourly chart. Took out all these lows for 10 o'clock. Now I'd like to see this get some level of support here. And they may not let me on. Next 7, there's 7. $16,780. Yeah, or at least 16. This right here is 16,766. 16,767. I want the discount version. I don't want this one. I want this discount one here. And now I'm more solid on that, but we can get a body that there's a slight body above. Next 2 minutes, we should see a run back down in there. If we do, 2 to 4, say. And we have depending on what that candle does. Need threshold of that candle right there. Okay, there's 9. Oops. Well, no, we might not get that till the 16, 17. Okay, so we're inside this breaker, last up close candle. We'll run below these lows. Inside the main threshold. I'm gonna have to get right, dig down into main threshold for that one. Let's try that. Morning Lambo, 3-minute fair value gap above and below. We got one here. We got this one here. We're looking for this to be the silver bullet entry for a long. I don't want to see this one reached for just yet. That looks like that would have been. I went to the discount. Hooray. That is the fair value gap. The bodies have respected it. But I want the discount one. We still got another couple of minutes. I don't see that return there in a couple of minutes, then I'll wait for a different setup. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, Lambo. I'm waiting for it to do a retracement down past that. We do this run up, run down, then come back into 50% of the run that takes the high. We can continue down on the downside now. I can really argue both sides of this. Consolidation. 50% of that consolidation will return to this high here. I don't know. It's not super clean, that's for sure. I'm definitely not going to risk 3 handles on it. Or 11 for that matter. Get in now. If you pop up from there, we're back into this order block now. short there, aiming for here and here. Yeah, I do. I do use seconds charts every once in a while. I use the 5-second chart, but that's under careful supervision of my buddy Lori. No, you can. I don't use 1 second. I usually use 5. If you're looking for your entry. Feels like it's got more downside now. Around the lows. Last chance to dance for 10 minutes. There we go. A little light again. Just be retracing to an imbalance. Just got to be ready before moving higher. Hope not. That's why I'm staying out now. EU seems to want to drop. Often the bellwether for the market. Madame Lagarde is speaking this afternoon. Oh, next 3 minutes. Make your move. Next 3 minutes or I'm out. Got my 21 handles. It looks like she speaking now. Feels like it wants to go up. Lakers colors on the chart. I want to see this threshold giveaway here. It's a rejection block. I'm going to move my stop loss now to a place I like in profits. Lock in my, just because the markets are kind of a bit nuts. So I could come back, revisit this, but I was hoping to put in a couple of more than just one lot. So I could get a, start scaling out. I would scale out one right there. Oh, this will be good. Next minute. Come right down and tag that now. Okay. Silver bullet is panning up. I'm going to move myself into some more profit here. Probably be too soon. I just want a zero stress trade right now because I'm not 100% sure. I just want to make sure that this breaker here holds price. So I'm just below it. So we can come all the way back to here. That breaker's got a whole price now that we've got a body above it. And we've just finished filling that fair value gap up there, so I should be taking profits right there. I'm going to take profits. What the hell? I'll take. I'm over 650 for the day. And we're going into the 27 shenanigan now. So 27th is 36. So that for me was, I got in just here. So 21 to, there's 30, 35, 38 pips or something like that. 37 pips. So handles, I should say. Furba, you're so adamant about whether or not it was a real account or not. No, it wasn't a real account. It's a demo. I don't trade live in front of anybody. You can get yourself into trouble. So, no, it's always demo. What I do on my live account on the sidelines is my business. But whatever I set up in here is just demo stuff. And it shouldn't make the trade any more valid, whether it's demo or live. It's the same thing. It's just the emotional risk that you put on it. All it is, the difference between this and demo or live is the emotions you attach to it, because it's real money. So look at this range here. Pull back to 50%. Look for a discount array in here. There's 50%, 62%, 70% if perfect fill. Optimal trade entry back to an order block. In this consolidated area, I'd want something like that before getting back in again. And we wait right now for the shenanigans to appear. This false Trixie back to the order block. For the next 4 or 5 minutes, we'll see what happens. See if we get in here in the next 4 or 5 minutes. Robert, finding out price respects fair value gaps even on the seconds chart. 5-second chart was well respected. There it goes. Go to the bottom. First cycle. Yeah, I'd like to see this or revisit this. So Michael was saying, don't pull your stop loss up too tight from behind here, unless you're just going for like 30 or 40 handles like we were just doing there. I just want to go for a logical premium level. Get out of that. Now here, if we do get a revisit of this, see, he says if you move your stop loss up too soon, you can come back and revisit your initial silver bullet and take you out. So we're going to watch these next 3 to 4 minutes. See what happens. I've got to stretch a bit. So far you've seen a silver bullet entry. I did fire off a little soon. Could have put a pending order in there waiting for it to come back. You catch that? Anyway, that was a silver bullet after 10 o'clock, anticipating an upward run for here. Morning, Lauriston. How you doing, buddy? Okay, so we're back into that discount portion of that one. I want to see a revisit that low one below. So here's your 36. That would be your entry right there. Stop loss will be down there. Or actually, I put it just below this guy here. In case it decides to run that one more time. I'll be right back. Oh, okay, that looks like it worked out nicely. Did anybody take that trade? I was discussing this one here, stop loss down here. Did anybody take that trade? I got in a bit late, but could you please explain why did you take that long? So again, we have a break in market structure to the upside. We have a breaker right here. You return to a breaker. There's a fair value gap sitting right here. So you return to the breaker in the discount of that little range that we talked about. A nice discount array inside there would be this guy here or this guy here. If you really wanted to pick your deeper array, then this is the one I was suggesting that you get in long right off the top of the breaker here. And stop loss, I was going to put it down here originally, but then there's a potential for it to retest this. So now I'd move my stop loss to break even. I'd move myself just into profit right now, at least in here, just below the mean threshold of this candle, because that's the next breaker, right? Breaker up, breaker up. So you want to see price, if it does end up coming down, which should be on a tear now. And where you're aiming for? You're aiming for this fair value gap up here to get yourself some quick handles. Does that make sense, Andreas? Almost wasn't fast enough to calculate my risk, Robert. 16,780. Oh man, thank you, man. Here, I got out 5 minutes ago. 17 handles. Awesome. I took and got 18 handles. Oh, I love it. You guys are all cashing in. I love it. Target 1 minute fair value gap. Just hit it. Right there. Little tiny guy. The next one's above you there. Well done, you guys. Looks like we all made off today. But did that make sense, Andreas, for the return to the breaker? So now I like this high right here. Mind you, that high is also a mitigation block. Look at this inversion over here. If we come back to the top of the inversion, we have a body breakout above it. If we come back to it right here, also inside the mitigation block, inversion fair value gap brings us all the way down to this fair value gap here. So if that's our range, same thing, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. You've got that range up there, 50% of that range up there, deeper discount range, breaker. Again, discount range, breaker inside of the fair value gap. Hello. If you're aiming for up there, I'm going to put another buy-in on that guy, just because I will practice what I preach, and I will go for a, what time are we at here? I'll even put 2 handles on that one if I get back into here. Yes, thank you. I got this enter in 1 minute bullish breaker. Just take profit at 1 minute old high. Yeah. Nothing wrong with paying. You guys hauling out 17, 20, whatever number of handles that you haul out of that. That's money in your pocket. That's a guaranteed. It's guaranteed win. I don't know anybody can sit there and saying taking partials or taking out at highs is wrong. Pay the trader, man. Pay the trader. So we got this old high right here. I was hoping it would come down at here, but this could just be the high. If we lose that threshold, I want to see it dig down in here a little bit more into 50% of that range there. Mr. Fib tool again. %50 of that is right in here. 62% puts us right on the money. I think I'm going to go for 62%. There's the mean threshold. Yeah, you be careful that we spitting on our screen there, Lambo. You start putting fire emojis, it's tough for Lauriston and I. We'd be spitting all over the screen trying to put it out. I also got 20 handles, but the reinforcement of the logic behind the PDA is the golden. Excellent. So here would be another one of those. If you did take that high, you're reaching for, that high there, then you're taking that high there, and even that is 21 handles right there. Just that one little run to there. Monthly, weekly, daily is red. We may not be finished going down yet, boys. This is the retracement you were looking for. The Derek was talking about this morning. Good for you, buddy. Derek was talking about a potential retracement back into 10 o'clock or after 10 o'clock, and that's just what we got. And 62 is going to put us on that Beezer right there. I like that. 62, 70% puts us there. The closer I get to 11 o'clock, the more precise I want my entry to be. Because that 11 o'clock is the potential for the reversal lunchtime to take out. If you're going to go continue on the upside, lunch to take out those highs created between 10 and 11. So we're also looking for a 50 to 60% retracement, or 62% retracement inside the 10 to 11 o'clock. So remember that little guy we were talking about down here? Keep your eyes over here in the next little while. Because if we come down and take out the 10 o'clock low for lunch, and then start running back up for these higher time frame objectives, like the 5 minute. Like if we dig all the way back down into this mean threshold, what's that, 16.7, 16.713, 16.713. Ah, it's right back to our guy right here. Look at that. Okay, keep your eyes in here, folks. Yeah, I'm still tracking NASDAQ and YM is just taking out equal highs created this morning, and NASDAQ is now in the premium for the morning session, so I'd like to see them move lower now. EU is moving lower, approaching low of this morning. So there's we key off of that mean threshold. These relative equal highs, I don't think they're going to leave those untouched. So we might get one more run up before 11. It's funny because now you squeeze the charts like this. I get a different feel for my charts when I look at that versus that. And it's just stretching it out a little bit. Or do you guys see just as the same kind of setups when you're looking at that kind of market? I don't feel as motivated in that one as I do in that one. I think we're coming down. By the way, D, how's LA? It's an interesting little city, I tell you. Little city. It's a metropolis here. We went up to the Griffith observation platform today or yesterday, and overlooked the smog of the city. We could hardly even see the city. The smog was so bad. It's like, holy smokes. I guess we're spoilt with all that fresh air up in Canada, that big open mountain air. You really see it and notice it down here. Holy cow. Um, but I got my first ride in a Tesla yesterday. We ordered one of those lifts, and a guy picked us up in a Tesla. They're a bit rattly, those cars. They're not like fit and finish really well. But man, we were on the road for an hour, I guess it took us to get back home because of the traffic and stuff. And it was, he barely touched 4 or 5% of his battery. But we saw the Hollywood sign. That's the classic thing. Everybody has to see that, I guess. And we did a bus tour around, checked out all the sites, went to Malibu Beach. Got some really nice pictures there. It was a nice little tour. I can't do a lot of walking. I walk for about 10 or 15 minutes and my lower back really hurts bad. So I got to sit down all the time. And then I'm good for another 10 minutes or so. But we drove around some of the places that, like a typical bus tour. They tell you, oh, that's where River Phoenix died out front of that bar, and that's the hotel that Lindsay Lohan stayed in for 47 days or something like that. And that's the church that Sister Act was filmed at, and all the different filming locations. We drove by Jack Black's place, saw his car up in the driveway. We went past Robert De Niro's place. He'd been there for 30 years. So you hear a little bit about him and those typical, oh my God, do I get to see a movie star? And then we thought we saw a movie star over in the farmer's market. And we're all trying to do this covert, take a picture of her just to see if it's really her. And it was a lady from a soap opera that we weren't sure if it was Days of Our Lives or something like that. But like, yeah, she does look familiar. It could be her. And it was right next to the CBS thing. So I don't know if Days of Our Lives is actually on CBS. But anyway, that was our experience yesterday. We had 20 peeps this morning. That was pretty good. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for turning up. It's always a privilege for me to share some time with you guys, and much gratitude for people spending their time with me here today. And I tell you, it doesn't matter if it's 2 or 20 or 200. I appreciate people spending their time with me and sharing their ideas and thoughts and stuff. It's great. It's a humbling experience, I tell you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sending a bunch of little hearts here. On YouTube, I'm signing on that one. All right, so let's just break this down because it's getting to be some high resistance crap going on here. So order block, highest up close candle. We have a little run down. We validate this order block, create a little fair value gap, open up, trade into it, trade all the way back up into the mean threshold of that candle. Just popped up above it, pulled back in. We're respecting this fair value gap. We came back up inside it. Now we hit the bottom of it. So when you guys see these drops, like when you see this candle, for example, get validated, and so keep an eye on those 3 PD rays we were talking about. So you have the mean threshold, the open, and the low. And when you break down through it, you come back into it, and if you run all the way up into the top one, to the mean threshold, look for the next one to come back into to be the next one, and then the last one to be the bottom one. So watch here. Then it trades back up into it again, the body. Then it trades back up into it again, the wick. See that? Just slightly lower than that one, which is slightly higher than that. So when you watch these PD arrays, watch them very closely. And this is kind of giving you the indication that, if we come back to the next run back up, if we just came back to the body of that and pull away, I like it. And if we come back one more time and just tag the wick, I'm short there. Inside that, I'm respecting that. So I've been watching this a lot too, in terms of how the PD arrays, it hits one, hits the second, hits the third, and then finally gives up the ghost or starts going to the next PD array, which would be the midpoint of this, the low of that, or it could be whatever the lower one is. Maybe just starting, we've tagged that upper PD array now. Now we're heading for these lower ones. So anyway, I've noticed this kind of thing, so it's something to kind of keep in mind. I thought I'd share it with you guys. You can take it or chuck it, entirely up to you. Just an observation. So now you look at these inversions up here. We've dipped into this one here. So if you're looking at that range, pull your fib tool again. I know I'm Mr. Fib tool crazy here, but I do love the fib tool. Gives me a bit of an idea of what I'm always looking for: premium and discount, and I'm looking for a discount arrays that support a potential run back up, because there's far too many times I have bought long right off the top or near the, I don't know, some of you guys may have done this as well. As you start to see this breakout, you go, oh, I'm going to go long, and it goes like that. Then it retraces all the way back down here, and you go, I'm wrong, and then you get out. This is my infancy. You're like, I caught the wrong one. Then it went back up. You go, I knew I was right, right? So if you're going to look at something like buying into a long again, find something that supports that, like that one that we were looking for here. It's a discount, and you know for sure if it's a discount, my stop loss is going to be here or really tight, so I'm going to take a small loss if I'm wrong, because if you lose this area here, then that's a break in market structure to the downside. You could be offside, and then it should be easier to get back onside. If we get a big bull candle down, then your premise changes to the up or to the downside, right? So always look for your discount, buy your discount. Don't try to run in at a high unless it's coming back to something like a breaker, for example. And this is not a breaker, it's mitigation, but
if we came back into a breaker, you say, well, I'm going to buy that long, then, and it's in a premium portion of the day so far, but you're really anticipating higher prices, then absolutely. So we said, but there was one more chance to go higher before 11 o'clock, and didn't quite do it. It's just doing it 11. So if 11 takes out that high there, look for a reversal. I want to see 11 o'clock take this out here, run into that fair value gap we're looking at up here. Then look for a reversal. Yeah, I just dipped into this 50, just below the 50% range, came back into that. This is one of those times where the mitigation block actually holds. Mitigate off that, and we're running for the highs now. And it's inside this inversion. You see that inversion over here? Draw the line right there. All the way across, you see where it sits right here? The inversion fair value gap holds price inside a mitigation block for a run above that high. You take out that high. Right now, you're looking at fair value gap. Just came down and tagged it nicely. So 54 all the way up to 88. That's another 34 handles right there. Anybody take that one? Anyone go for that? So now you've taken that out. Looking for this fair value gap above us here. Larston took it. Good. Good man. 20 something handles. Attaboy, attaboy. Looks like everybody's making some handles today. There you go. There's your hit. Now drive up in there. Just pop up in. There you go. Just a little tiny pop in there like that. Sometimes that's all it needs. But alas, we are not. We want to see this. Now, how much of this are we going to eat up? That could be 11 o'clock. Take out into a premium array. That's a swing point premium array. And just compress this up a little bit and get to see what we're 5 minute. Yeah, look for this return here. There you go. Right on the money. Now we're gonna dig up into here. Fill that fair value gap. Done. Man, if you guys are still in this, you're clipping coupons this morning. Now I want to see a nice reaction off of that. Let's get down to the 1 minute. Oh, we go one more little push here. That 1 minute chart can push us right up into here. So that silver bullet entry this morning at 10:03, when we got into there, how we just left that. We behaving for up here. Lord, that'd be a lot of handles right now. 17. That's almost 100 handles already. That will be 100 handles if we hit this spot right here. Look for 18, 17. And then if we lose the mean threshold of this candle, 1820 or 820, look for the relative equal highs above. Morrison says, I'm done for the day, at least in my live. He says he's done for the day, but is he done for the day? Just a tiny bit short of that 1 minute one. We have a little tiny 1 minute doji candle. Remember dojis? Bodies of the candles are respecting the lows. That current candle is now valid. We're trading up to it. Are we going to run that one more time? Order blocks holding. Now this thing, I want to see it turn into an inversion right here. Nice. Keep pushing. I want to see this breakthrough here now. Freeze that one up. Open up another candle. Come back up into here. In the inversion. See how that it closed? The body of the candle closed right on the open of that inversion fair value gap. So let's watch for a return to this. See how we at the top? We just talked about this. The next one will be right here and here. So that'll be really close in PD arrays. Let's stretch it out a bit, see if it kind of gives us a better feel for it. Okay, now I want to see a body get down here. And there's a little imbalance right there. Mean threshold. Sorry, consequent encroachment. I almost use those interchangeably. I keep saying mean threshold, consequent encroachment. Same word. Means the middle. But Michael has clearly a different definition for each. So look for a run into here or here. Just popped above that one. This is a pendant pattern. If you guys are looking for retail to blow out, you have that pendant pattern forming in here. That's the bottom. There's the body. If we react off that, go back down now. Oh, well, I guess not. Oh, that was the mean threshold. Right here is the mean threshold. Oh, it's the same candle. All right, we'll see how it reacts off of here. Do we close into this rejection block? We're closing on the wick. Rejection. 25% of that wick would show weakness. %. We lose 50% of that. There's 50. We close above that. Start to run that high. Look for that close. That push up one more time into here. It's 12, 13. Morning, honey. How are you? It's the thing about being in hotel rooms. The bathroom, the living room, the bedroom, they're all like right here. I like this inversion now. We didn't take that high out, so mitigation and balance. And balance inside a fair value gap. Inversion. We have a body in below. Did not fill that though. Okay, so I need this guy here to maintain support and that fair value gap to get tagged for a short. Right in there. But I'm still concerned about this. We have these relative equal highs here, and that is still not untouched yet. So I would have run in on that one. Had we taken that high out there, then I would have run in on that. But because we got relative equal highs in that little piece there, I'm not going to touch it. It is a silver bullet for that hour, though, for sure. Yeah, that would have definitely been a take for me. Had that taken out that high, filled that, came back down and created that, I would have been all over that for a short. That would have been another 20, 30 handles right there. 20 handles. Right back to that fair value gap fill right there. This is new Valador block. See that inversion? We're talking about that inversion wanted to provide support. And it did. The mean threshold held this time right there. So, yeah. I still don't like that on left. Untouched. Have a safe trading day. I'm out, guys. All right, Lauriston, then. I'm glad you made some cash today. Congrats. I think we all did quite well today. I don't think anybody took any losses today, which is great. Tomorrow, we're expecting a little more. Yeah, come on, run up there and take that out now. We're still inside this inversion here now. That fair value gap is filled. That objective was hit. Premium array. I think I'm going to go have myself a shower and then try and get somewhere and enjoy another couple hours before my flight out. So this will be it for me this morning. We got the silver bullet run today. There's 100 handles out of that. We all nibbled some stuff out of it, which is great. It's always nice when you can take a piece of action for the day. And I will see you guys back in Canada bright and early tomorrow morning. Thanks for popping in. And I was grateful to be able to get back in here this morning and on the last day. I like to be able to try and be as consistent as I can. Make sure I'm here for your everybody in the morning. So I will be back here tomorrow bright and early. So right now I'm looking for taking this out here. If we take through the mean threshold of that candle, yeah, I knew you weren't going to leave that untouched, you little buggers. Okay, so if we lose the mean threshold, look for further upside. Otherwise, I pull back into the range for lunch hour. Yeah, look for this range to come back into here again. And lunch. Yeah. look for that mean threshold anyway. See how that handles. Other than that, I love you guys. Thank you so much for popping in again, and I will see you bright and early tomorrow. Thanks for popping in. Oops.